Oh, keys. Cool. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Are you there? Got warm again, didn't it? Everybody here? Nice to have your company if you are. I completely understand if you're not, though. Stuart, are you there? And is the sound okay? Could you just let me know? Stuart's in the building with you today. I'm just waiting for a sign that somebody's here apart from me, and then we'll crack on. Welcome to the SHAC. We're early, there they are. I know, it's so warm already, isn't it? Did you have storms? Did you have storms? We had a really big boof this morning, early doors. It was extreme. And rain. So that's good for the garden. We had our own sprinkler system. It was like being in Hawaii. Come on in. Come on in. We, yeah, you know, that's what it's like in Hawaii. Well, there are morning showers, early morning. It's like the island's got a sprinkler system and it rains really early, and then by 10 o'clock it's dried up and it's lovely and gloriously sunny again. That's usually the way it is, except when you have the occasional hurricane. Come on in. Good morning, everybody. I'm sure that you'll be staying in out of the heat today, hey? Tell me you didn't go to Bournemouth. Tell me you weren't in that crowd, in that mosh pit. I don't understand it. I never liked that kind of beach thing anyway. You know, I like a nice walk along an empty beach, not when the beach is packed with bodies. Hot, sweaty bodies. It's not my cup of tea. It's not my idea of a day out. How are you anyway? Everybody okay? I've been thinking about the SHAC. I was getting a little bit anxious. So I thought, do you know what? We've come all the way to Hawaii. It's such a long way. It's such a long way. Hands up, who's been to Hawaii? Come on, hands up. Who's been to Hawaii? Who's travelled to Hawaii, apart from now with the SHAC? It's a mad long journey. It's 12 hours to San Francisco, then sit around the airport, and then another 4.5 hours to Honolulu, 4.5 hours, and then another hop to Maui. So why would you go there for 5 days? You wouldn't, would you? So I've decided, I've pulled rank, and I've made my mind up. I'd like to stay there for another few days. So I've got a plan. I know yesterday we went back and forth. Come on in, hear me out, hear me out. Lots of different reasons. First of all, the primary reason is that we haven't finished our artwork. We've done all the sketching, we've done all the stuff, right? But we haven't finished. And I struggle with that. I struggle with just walking away now. We haven't even inked anything up. And so all we've done is rough. We haven't done any sketching or inking, you know. So I thought, I'd like to ink this and turn this into a masterpiece. So here's the compromise, right? Don't tut, because I can't do tutting. If you don't want to, you can always get an early flight home. It is not mandatory, okay? But what I want to do is finish inking this up, and then next week, because it will go into next week, because I haven't even thought about what I'm doing in that third photo yet. Not had a good evening, didn't go well. So we're going to park this till next week. Got to work with me a little bit on this. And so what we're going to do is we're going to ink all this up, right? And then next week we'll do a digital download of my picture. So anybody who, for example, hasn't drawn it but would like to colour, well, here we go. We're doing this. And then we'll colour this in and we'll make it into a masterpiece. And then after that, we'll go back to postcards. Okay? That's a compromise. So today it's about finishing the project and about staying with this plan and also hanging out in Hawaii a little bit longer. How does that sound? 10 o'clock. Welcome to the Shack. Safe, happy and creative. Stay home and craft. And that's what we're going to do today, because I looked at it and I thought it was half baked. I haven't finished it. We can't walk away from this. I'm not going to start packing my suitcase yet. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to hang out. In the end, and we've said this many times in the Shack, it doesn't matter what we do. The main thing is that we do something, that we hang out together and we just keep each other company. Okay? That's what this is all about. This is not a masterclass. This is not a training session. You haven't paid for anything. This is all free. Okay? It's just us hanging out. No expectations. Just a bunch of friends trying to stay sane. Okay? And yesterday, the bus driver had a bit of a wobble. So that's why we're inking today, because she needs this. Okie dokie? Good. So let's have a look at what we're doing, shall we? How are you doing anyway? It's all about me. How about you? I did that pattern. I really liked the way that pattern came out. And the one thing that we will do today, the last thing, is we'll do this ocean pattern, the lovely swirly one that we looked at. Let's have a look. There, that one there. Yeah? Let's do that one. Can we? So I'd like to do that one. We could do that. We're going to park this one. We'll leave that until next week, because it's the one buried at the back, so that's not a problem. So that means we can still, rather than all inky, colour, we'll do a little bit of doodling in there. We'll do a little bit of doodling around the back, and then it will be complete. And then it will be a frameable masterpiece. But once we've inked it, digi-download, available to anybody who wants to join in the colouring session. There you go. People pleasing at its best. So what we're going to do now... Oh, first of all, let's get our HB pencil. You up for this? Ah, I just come off telly. We were on telly at 9 o'clock. Really nice stamps and stencils. They were ocean swirls, as if by magic. So let's have a look. Maybe we'll get in a little bit closer so that you can see the... Should we do that? Let's get in a little bit tighter so you can see better what we're doing, hey? This is what we're going to do, is that lovely, this one here. How do you fancy that? And then we'll have a little recap. So this one is going in this top edge here, because we did our weavy one, didn't we? I caught up with you. Look, I did it all the way around. Doesn't it look lovely when you start to build it? Once you put the third one in here, it's going to look super. So let's start down the bottom. And what we're going to do, we're going to put waves in. And they're going to start at the bottom. We're going to go up and round, up and round. Once you get into the swing of it, it's a sort of a rhythmic thing. It's like the waves. So you're going to start at the base, like here, right? And then you're going to go, just do it without touching the paper. You know our sketching trick? Am I going too fast? Is everybody in? Sorry about this. I keep looking at this great big piece of artwork and I think, cool, we're going to be here for weeks if we don't get a wriggle on. So we're going to start here. We're going to just pretend it's going to go like that. Did I say that Stuart's in the building with you today? There you go. So you're going to go up like that until you hit that and then round. So you go up, hit that and then round. There you go. That's basic. If you're not happy with the first one, Barbara, start again. You've only got 3 on this side. You can only... That's better. Prefers that one. Right, and then over on this side, we're going to go again. But this time we're going the other way. Let me pop my Dame Edna's on. That might help. Right, ready? Okay, so then we go up like that. Can you hear those birds going? There, like that. Up we go. Think waves. And go up. Crashing waves. There we go. And then we're going to go up, round, pretend, in like that. Going to go up, like that, and then it's going to come round like that. Yeah, it's all right once you get in there. Isn't it? How do they look? All right, that one looks a bit ropey. Up, like that. That'll be all right. Aloha. Aloha. Are we enjoying our trip? Are we enjoying our trip to Hawaii? I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. I tell you what we'll do, right? Rather than do the waves going in this, do you find it easier to go in one direction all the way? What I'm gonna do is go from the middle, from here. I'm gonna go that way, and that way, that way. So I'm gonna find the middle here, and then round the back of the lays. Your lays might look a bit different to mine. I haven't even got a line here. Look, there you go. Right, so I'm gonna go up like that, and round I come, up, round like that. This all looks a bit ropey because it's all buried, isn't it? But that's all right. You'll get the continuum. Let's just get these curls in first. There you go. And then this way, this one comes up like that and goes round. Here we go. I find it easier going this way. Maybe because I'm left-handed. What do you think? Up to the swirl, like that. Up, over. See this on a lot of artwork in Hawaii. Because it looks like an ocean swirl, doesn't it? Clearly. Right, and then the top one. Let's do this one as well. So this one's in the middle here. What happens there then? Oh, there is a little bit of a gap there. There, that'll do. Okay, so once again, I'm just going to pretend there's a swirl. And we're going to go again like that, and then round it comes, like so. Right. I just feel, you know, that it would be lovely to hang out in Hawaii just for a few more days and get some more artwork done, finish this off. There you go, that looks nice. It's going to look good. We haven't finished yet. We haven't put the stripes in yet. So up we come, round we go, up, round. If they look a bit ropey, don't worry, because look how busy this artwork is. Like, anybody's going to notice if you've got a ropey wave in the middle of it. Here we go, like that. Up we go again, and then it goes a little bit like this, and then we go like that. You go up again, and then round. Up again, and then round. There you go, that will do. It's going to be dead busy around there, in that area, look. Right mosh. Then it comes in here like so. Do another swirl there. It's alright as long as it looks like it's continued. That's the bit where Roz and I go, I can't be doing with that. Do you know what? I might rub that out and put a great big leaf there. You could, couldn't you? You could rub all that out, all that mess, and just put a great big cheese plant leaf in the corner to hide it. Well, so the jury's out on that one. And then what we're going to do... Oh, hang on, we haven't done the one around the back of the... Right, we haven't done this one around the back here. Right. I'll tell you what, once we've done this, though, it's going to be so cool when we get to inking. So we haven't done any inking this week. We've done all composition, no ink. Must be... No wonder I needed it. Do you know, I went to bed at about 8:30 last night, and I did not open my eyes till 5 o'clock, till the thunder clapped. Right, so this one, I think what we'll do is we'll make the lines go this way. Like that. Always on the top part. There you go. So when you turn it round, it looks like that. That looks so cool, doesn't it? This is going to look really nice. See, so now once you've got your waves in, what do you think of that pattern? I love it. There you go. How's that? Nice? And then you go that one up there. There we are. So we're going to go all the way around. Doesn't that look pretty? That sort of rounds it off quite nicely, doesn't it? Yeah. And then when we get inking, it's going to be great. There we are. How are you doing? Everybody okay? Aloha, as they say. Hey? Aloha. Right, and then when we've done all that, I reckon this will look super. Yep. Yep. Oh, there's one. What happens there then? Oh, that goes like that. That's it. Then that one goes like that, and that one goes like that. So there's more lines in there. Aye. See, until we pen it, you can't see the magic, and that's why I'm saying we've got to. Right. So what are you doing when it's so warm? Are you hanging out in the garden in the shade, or are you staying in the house? What are you doing? I find it too, I must be getting old, I find it too hot to move around too fast, don't you? It's very warm up here in the shack again. I may look into air do you think it's worth looking into air conditioning, or is this just a flash in the pan? Or is this the shape of things to come in the future? What do you think? Well, that one there, I'm just going to leave it for now. I can't be doing with that. It's too hot. I'll sort that out when it's colder. I thought it was supposed to cool down today. Look at this dress. Look at this. Can you believe I paid money for this? I spent a fortune on it. I was in Wales in Cardigan with Shona. You know Shona and Mike Bossum. We went to visit them for a week last year. And we were in Cardigan, posh town, nice town. I think that was where we were. Yeah, lovely. And there was a really nice boutique. In we go. They talked me into buying this dress. So, oh, you got to be tall, you got to be this, you got to be that. So I bought it for a great expense I had. And then when I got home and I looked in the mirror, I thought, look where those leaves are. I mean, for goodness sake, you can't wear that in public. That's ridiculous. What designer put them there, eh? Look. So, if you're looking for inspiration to cover up that mosh there, just use one of these leaves. That'll do the job. Just a great big cheese plant leaf. I'm wearing a pair of them. It's crazy, isn't it? I wanted to be a fashion designer, but I missed it. I was standing in front of the mirror in the shop. How did I not see that? Eh? I was so excited that something fit me. It's getting warmer. Right, okay, come on. Let's persevere. What we're doing next? I think we're going to start penning. We've done the patterns. We're going to start exactly in the same direction as we sketched. So we stay at the front. That's what we've got to do. We've got to stay at the front. So we'll do Aloha. Should we do that one first? I'm going to go with the number 1 pen. You up for this? You up for this? Come on. We can do this thing. I know you want to do the owls. We will do the owls. We're not going anywhere. But I think we've paid all this money to go to Hawaii. Let's stay in Hawaii. Let's finish the masterpiece. Okay? It's lovely over there anyway, despite the sharks and the Portuguese man of war. That's a bit, yeah. I thought afterwards, oh, Barbara, people will not go now. But don't think that for a minute, you know. Just make sure you get a swimming pool with your villa. And all the hotels, you've got lovely hotels out there. Make sure you get one with a swimming pool. Right, number 1 pen. Are you ready to go for this now? Come on then. And forgive me for not getting me act together. I tried, but I just could not. I was too worn out, to be honest. You do. I mean, we were going like the clappers, haven't we? And I just hit a wall yesterday like that. Woof. And then I think, well, you know, they'll understand. I know you will. I know you will. Of course you do. What I don't understand is what's going on at the beaches at the moment. So I'm really glad that we're having our virtual beach holiday, because in the end, it's like we're there anyway. In my head, I'm there. Look, I'm even wearing the gear. Oh, yeah, I can't believe this dress. I'd wear a cardigan to cover them up, but really, not in this heat. Right, let's get going. Aloha. Let's do aloha first, shall we? You cool with that? Come on then. Number 1. Bit of scrap paper, just to make sure. And we'll start with aloha. If you're happy with aloha, then let's start. All right? So off we go. Oh, this is going to be so cool, because it's been so long since we did any inking, isn't it? We didn't do any last week because we were doing hummingbirds. And then we haven't done any this week because we've been pencil doodling, making sure we didn't get it wrong. So this is my favourite part. Because what's fabulous is when you do the black work, it comes together really nicely, and we can take our time, and then we can, let's have a look, and then we can rub out our sketches, and then we can have a look at what we've actually done. Because at the moment it's very busy, but you can't really see what you got. Aloha. There are so many beautiful words. I think in Hawaii there are about 4 different languages. There, that's nice. So we've learnt a few this week, haven't we? Mahalo, thank you. Aloha, hello. Hello. That's nice. Oh, do you remember that one? Until we meet again. A hooey hoo. A hooey hoo. That sounds lovely. Right, so I'm going to come across there like so. A hooey hoo. And then there's, do you know Happy Christmas? Do you know it? It's beautiful. You will recognise it when I say it. Meli kaliki maka. Meli kaliki maka. Say it after me. Meli. Like smelly, but meli. Meli kaliki. Think of kaliki. Think of an American kaliki. So meli kaliki maka. Like my old maka. Meli kaliki maka. Da, 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 da. Meli kaliki maka. That means Happy Christmas. We should send each other Christmas cards that say Meli Kaliki Maka, and then we'll know that we were in the SHAC together. Meli Kaliki Maka. Bing Crosby. I'll dig it out. I know that he sang a song. Meli Kaliki Maka. Da, 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 da. I don't think I've been to Hawaii when it was Christmas. I don't recall being in Hawaii at Christmas. We used to go. We went a few times, but I don't think Christmas was on the. I bet it's lovely. I always want to be at home at Christmas, don't you? I know a lot of people travel away. during the Christmas time, but I like to be at home. I like to be with my parents and my kids. That's my idea of Christmas. How are you doing with your cursive writing? Is it working? We're going to have to see, aren't we, what we're going to put a pattern in it, or are we going to colour it in? See, that's the other thing, isn't it? Once you get the line art in, like what we're going to do, are we going to put a pattern in it, or are we going to it's big enough the way we've drawn it that we could colour it in, couldn't we? Nice. I've got another word that I wrote out for you. See if you can say this. E mahalo, we know that one. E mahalo I ka aina. E mahalo I ka aina. So now we've got to say it faster. E mahalo I ka aina. E mahalo I ka aina. Do you know what it means? This is very pertinent. There's a reason why I looked this up. Respect the land. Respect the land. And I looked that up, and because I'd seen it on a sign. I'd seen the e mahalo, this bit aina, and I thought, I wonder what that actually means. So I did a bit of research. E mahalo I ka aina means respect the land. And then I was speaking to Dave about it, and he showed me a photograph that he took of an old box, and on the box it said respect the land. This was in English, mind. In Maui, it said respect the land, leave only footprints. And I thought, oh, yes, I've heard that before. You know, when people take beautiful things, take fossils and shells and things like that. But I thought that was rather nice, to respect the land and leave only footprints, as opposed to what's going on in Bournemouth and beaches. I'm so disturbed by that. I've got to say, I can't understand why you would leave all your trash. I mean, I understand that people want to get to the beach, that's fine, whatever. But why would you leave all your rubbish on the beach like that? Is that something? Is that a trendy thing? Is that something that... Is that acceptable? You know, is it me? I find it so disturbing that people have no respect for their beaches in this country or for their towns. They just leave their fag packets and their, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old, I don't know. But when we were in Hawaii, the beaches were immaculate. There was no rubbish on the beaches. There was nothing. You know, nobody left anything. You didn't leave all your picnic when you'd had enough and all your cans of beer. You didn't just dump them on the beach. But we're talking in England, we're talking about tons. Not just, you know, a couple of crisp packets. We're talking about tonnage. It's like carnage. What is that? What is that about? Why are people doing that? And that's why that hit me hard, because I thought, yeah, respect the land, have a bit of respect, you know, just leave footprints. So we've done Aloha. Have you done your Aloha? Mine looks a bit ropey, but it'll do. And then I think what we're going to do next, see, it takes time, all this, doesn't it? Shall we ink up our, let's do the little, let's do this bit, the palm trees, yeah? Because the palm trees come out over the top of this, don't they? So let's do the palm trees next. So I'm going to go, right, here we go. Yeah, let's do the palm trees next. These are quite casual, really, aren't they? This one's in front of this one, I think. Or am I going to put that one in front of that one? Oh, choices. I think I'll put the little one in front of the big one. There you go. That's my choice. There you are. See, that's the thing, I suppose. When we get together and we doodle like this, it just takes the pressure out. I don't know why I don't think I'm alone, though. I think we're still none the wiser, really, are we? Does anybody actually know what's going on? I'm having a bit of a meltdown here. But all the time I'm just doodling like this, I'm actually all right. Because I'm concentrating on my little palm tree. Right, big palm tree coming up. Yeah. It must be very difficult for, I know some of you lovely people who are on your own, you know, like completely still on your own. And I just think, oh, I mean, there's no shortage of people in my life. You know, I've got plenty of people to go to and talk to. And I just hope that you do too, you know. I hope that you have at least somebody that you can lean on. Because these are funny old times, aren't they? Hey? One of you, we were private messaging, and one of you said that you just burst into tears the other day, and I thought, well, yeah, you and me both. You know, you and me both. I think it's that subconscious, isn't it? It's always whirring away, the old brain. Mine is. It's always whirring away, and then all of a sudden it bubbles up, and you think, where did that come from now? Where on earth did that come from? Funny, isn't it? There we are. Yeah, and we're having to make some big decisions at work which weigh very heavy on my mind. No. It'd be weird if I didn't react, or I didn't get despondent sometimes, you know. But it's all right. This too shall pass, eh? That's quite a nice palm tree, really, isn't it? Talking of trees, when we were in, how shall I do this? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, when we were in, I think I'm going to start from the bottom, it's easier. When we were in Lahaina, it wasn't last year, it was the year before. And Steve, my brother Steve, and Dave and I, we were in Lahaina. That's why we decided we were going back, because we loved it so much. And I think it was Dave's turn to go and get the pineapple ice cream. And so Steve and I, we went and sat under this, it was in a park, it was a little park, and we said, oh, well, we'll see you in the park. So Steve and I were sitting in the shade of this tree. And I was looking up, and I said, Steve, where's the trunk of this tree? We were looking, and it was a huge, like it was a whole block. It was like a park, okay? So if you've ever been to the States, it's all very north, south, east, west, isn't it? It's like, it goes that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D, right? And so one of those boxes, one of those blocks was this park, right, with 4 roads around it. We were looking at this, and I said, well, where's the trunk? Where's the trunk to the one we're sitting under? And then when we looked around, we realised that actually it was one great big tree, right? Well, I'd never seen anything like that before. It was one huge tree called a banyan tree. And the banyan tree, it's got, this is weird, right? And I'd remembered it then because I'd seen this years before in Honolulu. I'd seen an avenue of them. And I remember seeing these trees but they were joined. They were all joined up. So let me just show you. So it kind of, look, this is look, blotting. This was if that was the avenue, then the tree, it went like that and down again and up again and down again and up again and down again and up again. So this was the canopy here, but it was like that, and you could walk through and there were benches, and I thought, blimey, how's that? How did they do that? How did they make all the trees join up at the top? Well, they don't make the trees join up at the top. A banyan tree, right, say that's the tree there like that, it throws roots from here. It's pollinated. It's got its own colony of special wasps that only pollinate banyan trees, right? And then it sends down these, they're like tendrils. They're like, they literally come down like this, right? And so it's an aerial root system, as in the air, right? So it comes down like that from above, and when it hits the ground, it latches in, and then it starts to get thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker until it becomes a tree trunk. Yeah, unbelievable. So there we were, sitting in this, under this banyan tree, which was, the canopy was the whole, it was like I would say half an acre. Huge. And it had like 18 major trunks, but it was about 150 years, I looked it up, it was about 150 years old, and it's obviously been cultivated, you know. They planted it in like 1870, and so you can control where just keep snipping. What you've got to do is you just got to keep snipping the tendrils as they come down. When they hit the ground, they're going to start throwing, they're going to go in, and then it's going to get thicker and thicker. So if you want to leave a pathway, then all you do is just keep cutting off the tendrils, cutting the root system as it's coming down. See? But you do need, every now and again, because the canopy gets bigger and bigger, you need to let some come down and train them. So they've obviously trained this big one in Lahaina. So the tree comes down and they've trained them. So it's ended up with like 18 big trunks to hold, it's like scaffolding. It's got to hold the canopy up. And then they put it's just amazing. But the mother trunk, it's like the width of this room. It's vast, right? And then it just all starts like a big spider going out. It's beautiful, just unbelievable. And I remember Dave came back with the ice creams and we'd explained what we'd figured out, and then we had to go and Google it to find out more, because we have inquiring minds, right? So this was this banyan tree, and it was right next to a really nice restaurant, hotel, called, it was called the Pioneer, and it was like sort of colonial, you know, with the, really nice, with the sort of white balcony, and yeah. Anyway, so it's right near it's at the far end. What's that? Is that a leaf? Yeah. It's at the far end of the, see, it's looking good now, isn't it? Do you understand why I wanted to do some inking? It's at the far end of the Lahaina. It's going towards where our house was, actually, which we were really lucky about. And that one there, yeah. Oh, dirty. And I also read up something else that was interesting, right? And I don't know the ins and outs of it, but the guy who his name was Smith, the bloke that started, obviously did a lot of trading. He was an Englishman, I think, that started the Pioneer. And I remember, yeah, that was another thing, because I said, well, why is there was a post box by the banyan tree. And I thought, well, whose post box is it? Well, it turned out that like the governor or somebody important, I'm not sure whether it was Smith himself. Is that I'm going to go in there like that. Yes, wunderbar. Apparently his son, he had a terrible drink problem, alcohol. And so he lived under the banyan tree. He just felt it was better to be there out in the open. Well, I tell you what, if you're going to be a homeless person, you definitely, if I had to pick a place in the world to be a homeless person, I think that might be my choice. Maui, under the banyan tree, right? Yeah, I reckon that'd probably be a solution for me too. And they worked with him and they tried to help him all these years. And they even, because he obviously, life deteriorated for him. He wasn't always a homeless alcoholic. And so they even put a post box there for him. Imagine that. And so he could receive his mail in the park where he slept on the bench. Actually, I think there was a little house built in there as well. There was a little house. I wonder if they built the house for him too. So then he wasn't really homeless. But that's where he didn't want to live with his dad anyway. That was the upshot of it. It's amazing what you find out when you travel, you know. It really is the greatest education, isn't it, travelling? You see so much and you learn so much, different cultures. I think if it's taught me anything over the years, it's respect. Respect for other cultures, respect for other countries, respect for other traditions, other languages, you know. Yeah, I think respect is the word, isn't it? Amazing. You know, and acceptance as well. When in Rome and all that, you have to accept this is the way they roll. It might not be to your liking, but you know, acceptance. So should we do this? Because look how pretty it is when you finish it. How's yours looking? Good? I'm going to do the decal bit now. So when I do this, I'm going to go up on my haunches with the pen. Yeah. Here we go. So if you go upright, like perpendicular, you'll find you jiggle a lot more. It's easier to jiggle it. That's better. There we go. It doesn't half make a difference when you've got the lines underneath all ready to go, doesn't it? Don't you find? There you go. We're just going to go along there. Do you mind that it's taking us so long to do this? See, I'm very comfortable with that. I have no issue with it taking a bit longer because we're learning so much and we're hanging out together and we're doing something really creative. See, just this little picture here that we've done. This is just one little piece of art that we've finished now, right? But you know how to do a land palm tree. What we're learning now at the moment, this kind of decal edge photo. What a nice way to frame a piece of artwork if you've got a little doodle that you want to, isn't it? To be honest, I don't care what we draw. I just want to hang out. There we go. Did you know that Barack Obama was born in Hawaii? Yeah. Yeah, he was. He's another knowledgeable man. I bet he's got lots of stories to tell, eh? I like him. And his wife. They're nice, good people. Just can feel it. There. Doesn't that look pretty now? Just finishing it, look. Suddenly, we're getting somewhere, aren't we? Hey? What do you think? Love it. What about the next one? Should we do the... I'm going to do this border now. Where are you going? Do you want to do the border with me? I think the border's the next one. I'm going to do the zigs. The zigs and the zags. So if you remember, if you recall, let me just get this right. It's just so that you remember. We do the outside one like that, right? And then if you want to, see, to me, it's easier to just go back the way I came. So now if I do these zigzags, these outside ones like that, well, I could do, actually, what's easiest is if I do all the ones that are going that way first, like that. This is easiest. Like that. And it doesn't matter if you go over the line a little bit because it looks like a weave anyway, you watch. So you can do that way. Then we'll turn it round. Are you all chilled? Are you chilled? Right, then we're going to go this way. And we'll do these ones. Here we go. Nice. So, oh, hello, gone off the page. See, to me, when you start penning, that's when you can really, it's almost like a meditation, I feel. See, when we're actually drawing something, you've got to concentrate, haven't you? You've got to concentrate on what you're doing. So I find it more difficult then to relax. Yeah. And then you go back again and you put in, well, you've done all the pencil work, so you know. You did it all, didn't you? So you do that one. And I'm deliberately doing these bits before we do the inside lines, because then we can make it look like a proper weave, look. And then this would be nice. So I've got to take my time doing this, because this is going to be the digi download and you don't want my rubbish. Right, just realised. Yikes. So I haven't got time to do it twice, that's for sure. Now I went wrong there, see? I thought I had. Oh, I'll repair it in a minute. There's so many lines, so it's not like you can see really, eh? Which way round's the best way to tackle it? There we are. You get there in the end, don't you? So then we're going to come in here and do these ones. That's it. Who said it was going to get cooler today? Well, it's not cooler in here. Gosh. Right, there you go. The mixed media shows on Hochanda, the 9 o'clock one went well, and then I'm back on again at 1 o'clock. So if you've got time to watch, it's I think it's gel press. It's all printing plates. Yeah, nice. Stencils, stamps. If you like that kind of mixed media grungy art, then you'll enjoy it. There we go. So I'm just doing this part so that then we can, yeah, this is going to be nice. Actually, I'm going to do it by hand. Do you know we always say, don't we, only use the ruler for when you're doing the actual. So now this bit is going to be open. So we'll do this next, because this is going to be properly like the weave, you see. That's why I wanted to show you this bit. So, and I'm using the number 1 pen for the whole thing. I mean, if you wanted to make it really fine, then you could use the 05, couldn't you, from the micron pens. But I think, which ones have I missed? I've done all them ones. Right, and then we're going to go inside here, aren't we? So you go inside and then outside. So we could do both of those as we go along, like that. There we go, nice chill. That's it. Oh, bit wobbly. There we are. Okay. Yeah, see, it's coming together beautifully. This is a nice pattern. Remember when we were in Africa, there were some beautiful patterns, and New Mexico. I wonder if we could have, whether they're interchangeable. I mean, this is definitely a kind of an island pattern, isn't it? You can see it. Looks like a weave, doesn't it? But this would look nice in a sort of a Native American Indian thing. There you go. Cool. I like. Did it make a difference? Can you understand why I said I wanted to ink? There you go. So you can make your own art, can't you? You can do your own. This weekend, you could do your own inking if you fancied it. It's a lot of work, mind, but, and then on Monday we could focus on what's left. That's not a bad idea, you know. And then we could if you did all the inking over the weekend, then on Monday we'll sort this one out, and then we'll do some shading, and then we'll settle into colouring. And if you don't have time, because there's no pressure, it's not a chore, is it? It's not supposed to be a chore, it's supposed to be pleasant. If you don't have time to do it, then don't worry, because then what we'll do is we'll just get you my picture, my ropey picture. You can colour mine in if you haven't got your own to do, or if you're not happy with yours. Yeah? How does that sound? That might work, eh? I tell you what, I'm going to have to do this in the evenings when it's not so hot, though. That's what I think. It's so warm. Right, and then I've got that one. Because I happen to have this handy, so I'm just gonna cut along there because it's there. Okay. And along there, like that. That'll do. Right. So when you see them all together, I'll tell you what I was going to show you. I just wanted to see, let me see, maybe I'll use the 005. See if that looks better. Just a little flick. See, along here, I just wanted to get in there and then flick. That's it. Just flick. And it's just like a, not thick, you just flick. Not thick, flick. And I'm using a thinner one to do that. Right, let's have a look at this wavy one then. Number 1 again. Do you realise that it's already 10 to 11 again? Where does the time go when we're doing this, eh? Where does the time go? When you're doing these curls, take your time. It's not a race. And there are no judges in this building, and there are no experts either. Do you know what? I think I might use the thinner line for that one. That looks a bit fat. I might use the thinner line, the 005. Let's see if that looks better. Yes, it does. That's it. So you just jump between the two pens. There we are. Looking good. Right, there you go. Tick-tock. Doesn't that look delightful when you pen it? Cool, I'm so glad that I stuck to my guns. And then the best part of this, right, let's just stay with this little area here. If I take I could take a fatter one. I mean, if you've bought these, right, then there's more than just the little thin ones in there. So let's go with one of the fatter ones. Where are they? Where are mine? I've got loads of them everywhere. But when I go to use them, they're not there. Let me just check. There we go, 03 and 05, that'll do. Because what I want to do, yeah, lovely. So I think what would look really nice is on this particular design here, I think that this needs colouring in, like proper blacking in, because it's around the outside. Yep. So I'm going to use my number 1 to get in off the edge so that it's easier. It might be easier just to do that. Just to get in off the edge. So. And then infill with the fat one. Perfect. Number 1. Just to get in off the edge so that you don't have to worry about going too far with the fatter nib, like that. And then once you've done that, grab the fat nib and just do the infill. And that will look so nice all the way along there. Okay? I reckon this is going to be really lovely. Let's do one more. And then I think we'll call it a day. And then we'll have a look at what we're actually, where we're headed and what we're doing. That's it. See, that looks quite good too. But I'm up for infill because there's going to be so much colour. There's going to be colour, there's going to be vibrance, so maybe a nice black border, it just will hold it together. That's what I'm thinking. But I mean, you know, I may regret doing that, but I think that a nice black border would be a solution. Don't you? I don't know. There are no experts in this building. Certainly not this morning. There are no experts in this building. No judges, no experts, just a bunch of people hanging out together in Hawaii, okay, staying away from the sharks, staying away from the lurgy, and just chilling a little bit. So yeah, I've been a little bit distracted today. I hope that you're all right with that. I don't know. It's just one of those days. But on Monday I'll be back in action. And then we'll crack on again at 10 o'clock. So I hope that you have a lovely weekend. Stuart, thank you so much for your assistance today. And I hope that you have a lovely weekend. Stay safe. Stay out of the sun. Drink loads of water. Enjoy your doodling. And then on Monday, we'll be back in Hawaii. That's where we'll be. And we'll finish this up. And then we'll just add colour. That's what we'll do. And we'll make it bright and beautiful. Okay, so stay safe. Lots of love to you, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.